Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well, and this afternoon's video is going to be some bits and bobs really. Got some main lines that I managed to come across in a quite unusual place, but I'll get back to that when I open them. I've got a Burago 1/43 scale, which I'm going to be taking a look at, and I've not had any of these before, so, or at least not since I've been an adult anyway. So we're going to take a look at that. And I've got a couple of vintage pieces that I've managed to come across this morning when I was out and about my travels, so we'll take a look at them at the end. But anyway, we'll get straight into it and we'll take a look at the main lines first. So I come across these. We've got the Volvo, let's get some bit more zoom on. So we've got the Volvo 850 Estate in green. We've got this rather cool 17 Ford GT in blue. We've got, this is a cool piece, 90 Acura NSX, or for, at least in this country, well, I'm from the UK, we call them Honda NSX, sorry, but they're all the same anyway. And we got this McLaren F1 GTR. So anyway, we'll open them up. But like I said, I was out and about yesterday. I got these, and they were in my local Lidl's, which is like a sort of like a, well, it's a shopping store over here in the UK. They sell obviously all sorts of, you know, sell grocery goods, but and have random sort of hardware stuff for sale. And for the first time, I've actually seen cars for sale. So I picked a few up. Not that I can get into the box. And or at least I picked up some of the ones that I didn't get from this particular case when it come out. So here it is in the, it's better, bit of dust, in this awesome green. So that is very cool. I have this in red as well, funnily enough. I don't have all the variations of this. I know they've made it in several colours now. Actually I do. I have a race livery one as well. But anyway, so this is a 3rd edition, and it's got Ryu Asada. It's from the Ryu Rides, I think. That's why I've ripped up the packet now. I think it's from the Ryu Rides anyway. But anyway, that is a cool piece. And as you know with me, at some point in the future, I have no doubt that I'll be getting a wheel swap. As most of my main lines I buy now, I do mainly buy main lines nowadays, just for wheel swaps really. I do have one or two, or I have quite a few left that I don't. You know, occasionally I do leave them alone if they're done well enough, but most of the time I always get them with a mind of a wheel swap. So here we go. So this is the 2017 Ford GT, which is pretty cool. So no rear tampo features, front tampoed features though, but it is a cool looking car. You can see a bit of the engine there, I presume. And this, if I remember right, this is a 6-cylinder, this newer Ford GT, so the engine is smaller, but as far as I'm aware of, it's still a very fast car. So that's cool too. And then we get the McLaren F1 GTR, and again I've got quite a few mainline McLarens now. I don't know why I always do this with these, opening these cars. And there we go, so that's pretty cool. So it's got all the different graphics down the side, so it's got no rear and no front. Oh, it has got a front, but it is a cool looking piece. I think I've got an orangey coloured one of these somewhere, but no, cool looking piece. Got the great big wing, so that is very cool too. And then last of the main lines, let's see if I can actually open it. So there you go, this is a Ryu Rides. So obviously it was for a car that Ryu, I presume, must have, Ryu Asada must have been the designer on these. But this is nicely done. This, see, like this one, this is probably one that I'll leave alone, because I like these black multi-spoke, 10 spokes, whatever you want to call them. I do quite like these wheels. But this is quite nicely done. It's got nothing on the front, but the back is done very nicely. So, but then again, saying that, I didn't realise how much detail it has on the inside. This could be an interesting project actually, if you spend a bit of time painting those seatbelt detail in and doing something with that engine and a decent set of wheels, that could look quite nice. So then again, that might be my next car to do. Anyway, we'll see. So 4 pretty cool main lines. Let's just get rid of this rubbish very quickly. There we go, all gone. Right, so out and about, as I said, I came across this. There is absolutely nothing around. It is complete everywhere, at least everywhere where I live in at least a 40-mile radius. There is nothing of any worth. I was lucky to find their main lines, to be honest. You know, and there was loads there, but I had nearly everything that was there, so I was lucky to find them 4 cars. And one place I do quite often check, they didn't have any Hot Wheels left at all, but they did have a full case of these Burago Street Fire, and it wasn't expensive. It was, I think it was $3.99. So, and I didn't really like any of the cars there, but I noticed this one was at least a licensed product, so I thought it was worth having a go. So I'll open it up. Now, I used to collect these when I was a kid, so it'd be interesting to see how these have come on. Now, straight away, it's got a nice weight to it. Again, excuse me, loads of dust, package dust on it. But this is a Volkswagen. What is it? Let's have a little look. Volkswagen Amerik. I don't know, can't pronounce that. But yeah, the underneath's not done too bad. You've got a spare wheel. You have got some wonky plates, but it has got some plastic clear, some red plastic for the lights. 2 seconds, I'm just being shouted. And I'm back. I was being shouted for a cup of tea. So I've gone and got my cup of tea. Yeah, so what was it too? So yeah, so Volkswagen, so Amarok. Anyway, whatever, but yeah, it's not bad. Its wheels aren't great, if I'm truthfully honest. The wheels could be a little bit better. I don't know, it is what it is. It's not bad. It's like I said, this was £3.99, which is nothing. I've straightened the plate up on the back. But yeah, it's not bad. So you can see it says Amarok TDI. I've straightened the plate up. It has got plastic inserted lights. You've got a little painted rear one there. You have got plastic inserted front lights. So I'll straighten that plate up a little bit as well. Hang on, 2 seconds. It's a bit better. So it has got plate detail, but yeah, it ain't bad. It ain't bad for the money. Like I said, this is probably something that I will give to my son, as he will like this type of thing. But yeah, it's definitely got, it's definitely ideal for the kids. It's strong and got good play value. But I just wanted to pick one up, as like I said, there is nothing around, and I wanted to see how good this actually is. And like I said, it isn't bad for the money. But like I said, for the money, it is very good. The only thing I don't like about it, as I said, is the wheels are a bit, but that's what you get for the, it is very cheap, so not bad. So let me know what you think about it. It's not bad if you're into 1/43 scale, but yeah, not bad at all for the money. So anyway, so that is from Burago. That's the first time I've seen this, but not bad for the money. And that's that. So let's get to the vintage pieces I picked up today. So I got this Matchbox super fast fire chief. I used to have one of these as a kid. I actually think I have one somewhere in my collection. Quite an unusual casting. It's one of the sort of 70s Matchbox sort of made up jobs. So there's the Matchbox super fast. So this is G4 fire chief, made in England, 1976. So towards the end. But it is in remarkably good condition from something from the 70s. Usually these things take an absolute beating, as they're not usually someone, you know, I remember when I was a kid having one of these. This wouldn't have been my favourite car by any means. This would have been the thing that got thrown around and made to do all the crazy stunts, but it isn't in too bad a condition at all. A little bit of tarnishing underneath, but to still have it, because back in the day these weren't tampos, these were actually proper paper stickers. So, and like I said, it was a couple of quid, so that is pretty cool. And then the bit I was happy to pick up is this Ford Mustang GT, and it is a little look, Matchbox series number 41 Ford GT. What did I say? Ford Mustang GT. I apologise for that. I should have just said Ford GT. But anyway, very, very cool nonetheless. It looks like, I'm not sure, it looks like someone's tried to touch up the lights in red at some point, but that will come off with a little bit of thinners will take that out, I think. But it's in pretty good condition from something that was made in 1970. I think this was the first version, as far as I'm aware of. They did it in like a candy red colour, and the one to look out for is if you see it in a candy red with a blue base. I think they came with a black base and candy red, but if you find it with a blue base, a light blue base, or a white base, they're quite rare. But this is the standard white and black. But very, very cool. Got quite a nice moulded engine there, which I should imagine is part of the chassis, or is it not? It's an extra piece. No, that's pretty cool. It's an extra piece by the looks of it. I'm just trying to see. But very, very nice, and obviously it still rolls pretty cool. So yeah, so that's something I won't be touching. That will be getting put away into my archive. But anyway, with that, so that is the Ford GT, not a Mustang. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more vintage pieces, wheel swaps, customs, and premium pieces and all that good stuff. I've managed to sort out what happened with my stuff that was supposed to have turned up but didn't. That should all be coming next week now. So I should have one piece from Mini GT coming next week, and I've also just ordered another Tarmac Works Porsche, but I won't say what it is. So I'm looking forward to that, as it's one I've been after for quite a while, but they sell out quite quick. But anyway, with that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.